Hi everyone, welcome to the Women's Holistic Health Show. I'm Dr. McClellan and I wanted to talk to you today about food allergies and the silent killer of inflammation. And in this video, I'll be discussing foods and the responses of the body once these foods are taken in and causes inflammation along with autoimmune and other chronic conditions that can occur after the inflammation occurs in the body. So again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and be notified. Hit that bell so you can be notified of every time I have another video coming out. So let's begin. So now when we talk about the silent killer of inflammation, many of the foods often cause these types of responses in our body. And I'm going to go into the foods and the immune responses and about 4 or 5 reasons why you need to take this into consideration when you're dealing with your autoimmune, other chronic conditions that you're having, because food is a very, very important, essential part of our, day-to-day. We can't live without it. And as you know, these immune responses can really affect our body as time goes by. So I'm going to go into the first reason, and that's food sensitivities. And food sensitivities are a lot different than allergies, food allergies, and also food intolerance. So food sensitivities have to do with vague responses of the body, because it is a delayed response when it comes to the body. It's not, these symptoms are coming along gradually, and many times they're not even around at all. So that is even the biggest problem when it comes to inflammation, when it comes to chronic disease, because oftentimes these foods and the responses of the body causes food sensitivities that you can't detect. Often medical physicians cannot detect, and it goes undiagnosed, and you continue to eat these types of foods even though you're getting very, very mild symptoms or no symptoms at all. So it's good to know. And then we talk about food allergies, which trigger an even more of an immune response, and this is the IgE mediated immune response, where the antibodies of the body attacks the antigen, which is the foreign food that is putting into your body, and gets into a anaphylactic reaction. And this can be life-threatening with impaired breathing, confusion, loss of concentration, increased heart rate, and blood pressure. So when we're talking about other symptoms when it comes to food allergies, this includes stomach cramps, hives, diarrhea, and vomiting. And then we talk about the third reason why it's so important to talk about this killer, this immune response that causes inflammation in the body, is a delayed response. Like I was mentioning, it is sensitivities to certain foods, and lots of times these delayed responses cause symptoms that are related to a lot of chronic conditions, and they are intertwined. They're connected, such as fatigue, eczema, joint pain, bloating and gas, acid reflux, skin problems, weight gain, weight loss, headaches, and migraines, and constipation and diarrhea. Many of these problems are often diagnosed in a medical physician's office, and they're very, very vague. However, they're related to delayed responses of the body, and these symptoms come on gradually over time, and they intertwine with many autoimmune and chronic conditions. So the fourth reason why it's so important for you to understand inflammation and how the immune response in the body is related to food is your emotional health and food allergies together. So it is not uncommon where food allergies are related to your emotional health. And when we talk about our emotional health in the digestive system, there's a nerve called the vagus nerve, which is part of the brain gut axis. It's usually the parasympathetic nervous system, which controls the body's immune response along with heart rate and your emotional health. So many times when, either important times in our lives, such as divorce or moving or having a loved one pass away, this is when a lot of our digestive problems occur. This is when a lot of our chronic conditions start to arise, and autoimmune conditions as well. So just a thought for you to remember that when it comes to food allergies, when it comes to your emotional health, when it comes to chronic conditions, this is another reason why. And the fifth reason is food sensitivities are related to and lead to autoimmune and other chronic conditions. And as I was mentioning previously, 80% of our immune system is located in our digestive tract. So just think of that. When it is not in optimal level, a lot of these inflammatory cells are ramped up, causes a lot of inflammation, and then leads to leaky gut and other complications and other symptoms of the digestive problems. So, in conclusion, it is important, it's very, very essential for us to look at it in terms of the functional and integrative models of health. This is very, very upcoming and known today, and this is something that I think you should gain knowledge with. And when it comes to your symptoms, and if you are diagnosed with an autoimmune or chronic condition, again, these are things that you should be talking to your healthcare provider about. And food allergies, food intolerance, food sensitivities, and how it is linked to your autoimmune and chronic conditions when it comes to inflammation and reactions to food in the body. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time. And be sure to write any comments below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks so much for listening. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.